Namaskaram. So the last concept that we need to discuss under depreciation is something which is unabsorbed depreciation. There are teachers who teaches this concept usually in set off and carry forward of chapter. That is also a right chapter where we can discuss all set off and carry forward provision that section 70 to section 80. But let's start this understanding of this chapter from its origin, and its origin in section 32 itself. You can understand 32 subsection 1 talks about depreciation and additional depreciation, whereas section 32 subsection 2 talks about unabsorbed depreciation. If you know the properties of water and sponge, okay, if there is a water here, if this much water is there, and if I keep sponge on this much big sponge on this, what the sponge will do? It will absorb the water, okay. So what is the example here? If my profit before depreciation, my profit before depreciation is 80 lakh, okay, and my depreciation is only 10 lakh. So what will happen? My profit is enough, my profit is enough to absorb the depreciation of 10 lakh, and therefore I have to pay tax only on PAT, that is profit before tax, but after depreciation, okay, 70 lakh. So this is the ordinary circumstances. But what can all happen apart from this? Okay, apart from this, you can say, okay, my profit is say for example 8 lakh, okay, and my depreciation is 10 lakh. Now what will happen? So some people say, because my profit before depreciation is 8 lakh and my depreciation is 10 lakh, there will be loss of 2 lakh. Answer is no. There won't be any loss of 2 lakh, because in income tax, please understand, in income tax we don't call depreciation as an expense, we call depreciation as an allowance. This is an allowance, okay, it's not an expense. In fact, people who have done the articleship, they might be knowing this. We compute depreciation in separate Excel sheet when we file income tax return, and we compute profit of the entity in separate Excel sheet, okay. What happened that in different spreadsheet, so what will happen? The profit and depreciation will get compared automatically. If a profit is greater than depreciation, then whole depreciation will be absorbed, and whenever profit is less than depreciation, so the depreciation which will be taken hit will be extend only to 8 lakh, okay, and the balance depreciation will be called as unabsorbed depreciation. Here in this example, if water is this much, okay, and my sponge is only of this size, so you can understand the still sponge will absorb the water, but not to the full extent. It will absorb to the maximum capacity, and then if you remove the sponge from this water, whatever is the leftover water will be called as unabsorbed water. Similarly here, if my profit is 8 lakh and my depreciation is 10 lakh, what can be absorbed is maximum 8 lakh rupees of depreciation. 2 lakh rupees will be called as unabsorbed depreciation, okay. So what will happen now with this 2 lakh rupees? You can set off with the next year depreciation. Next year depreciation is 10 lakh rupees, okay. Last year depreciation is 2 lakh rupees. So total depreciation for next year will be 12 lakh rupees, and next year if your profit is 10 lakh, then again you can carry forward this 2 lakh rupee depreciation to another year. That 2 lakh rupee depreciation again will be added to the next year depreciation. So till how many years it will go on, okay, because if it was a business loss, you know this, it can be carried forward maximum period of 8 years, okay. But this is not a business loss, this is the unabsorbed depreciation, and every year depreciation will get new life. Every year this depreciation will get new life, and this will happen to the infinite level, okay. This will happen to the infinity, and therefore people say unabsorbed depreciation is immortal in nature. It never dies. It can keep going on and on and on till the business is continue, okay. So let's look at some theoretical provisions in terms of unabsorbed depreciation. Unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward. Please understand here, unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for unlimited years. This is very important aspect. Unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for unlimited years, and it can be set off against any income other than salary. It can be set off against any income other than salary. Only this point you need to understand better from me under set off and carry forward chapter, okay. Why is it written so? This explanation is given in set off and carry forward chapter, but you should remember here itself, we don't set off business losses, any business losses against salary chapter. There is a restriction under section 71 which is interhead set off. Business losses can never be set off against salary. And second restriction that you should know, once we carry forward losses to the next year, once we carry forward losses under particular head to the next year, it's like if house property loss is carried forward from this year to the next year, the house property loss can be set off only against house property income and not against any other income, meaning thereby from next year onwards for carried forward losses only intra-head adjustments are possible, inter-head adjustment is not possible. But look at the provision which is available for depreciation. Depreciation, though it belongs to the PGBP head, in every next year, in every unabsorbed carry forward year, it will have option to set off against any other head. That means unabsorbed depreciation can be set off against PGBP head, it can be set off against IFHP head, it can be set off even against capital gain head, it can also be set off against IFOS head, but it can never be set off against salary head. That is a common law for all types of losses, all types of business losses that we are having in section 70 to 80. If you did not understand this concept, then give me opportunity to teach you set off and carry forward chapter, and that time I will revisit this particular point. We will have discussion one more time on this concept under set off and carry forward chapter. Apart from this, there is one concept of order of set off. So which year depreciation we should set off first? First year, current year depreciation or unabsorbed depreciation? So on that there is no clarity in the law, but there is a case law of Mother India Refrigeration Private Limited, and this case law happened in 1985. Okay, and this is a Supreme Court level case law because it is observing fact. This is this is challenging question of the law. So which depreciation should be set off first was a taken case. This question was answered by Supreme Court in the case law of Mother India Refrigeration Private Limited, and they had said, okay, Supreme Court has categorically held that the current year depreciation must be deducted first before deducting the unabsorbed carried forward business losses of earlier year in the giving set off while computing the total income of any particular year. Based on that, we have determined order of set off like this. First, always set off current year depreciation, then out of carried forward, that means opening losses, first preference you should give to the business loss and the next preference you should give to the unabsorbed depreciation. So why is it so? If you know the logic, business loss can be carried forward only for 8 years, whereas this particular unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for infinite years. Okay, this can be carried forward for 8 years and depreciation can be carried forward for infinite years, meaning thereby if you don't set off your business loss within the period of 8 years, it will become a dead loss. But if you can't set off depreciation in 8 years, it's okay, you can carry it forward it for the 9th year, 10th year, 11th year, 100th year, nth year. Okay, there is no time limit here. This is the logic why we are giving more preference to business losses over unabsorbed depreciation. But this thing will happen only after giving all effect of the current year losses and current year expenses. So they are saying first always set off current year depreciation, then only talk about brought forward items. Okay. So this is the basic discussion that we had on unabsorbed depreciation, which is given under section 32 subsection 2. Thank you.